afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. This week, as House Republicans' chaos continues to march us toward an extreme Republican shutdown, we are calling out how a shutdown would damage our communities,
here we go again,
economy, and national security. And we're going to hold extreme House Republicans accountable. We're going to hold them accountable for the reckless cuts they are demanding as a condition for keeping the government open. With that, I'm looking forward to having the Secretary back here again to give you a laydown of the impacts and to talk about what the extreme Republicans, what they're about to do is going to really impact families and Americans across the country. If you think about it, the risk of vital nutrition assistance for nearly 7 million mothers and young children who count on WIC, prevent farmers from being able to access new loans, and delay housing loans for rural families. And that is what we're looking at if this Republican shutdown occurs. With that, Mr. Secretary.
Right, thank you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's certainly a pleasure to be here today. I think most of you probably understand and appreciate that the work of the Department of Agriculture spawns a number of mission areas. We are not only responsible for supporting farmers, we also ensure a stable food supply. And we also provide nutrition assistance, vital nutrition assistance to millions of Americans. That's why it's so difficult to face where we are today with an extreme House Republican effort to recklessly steer our government towards a preventable shutdown.
Oh, really?
Put many of the critical services that we care about deeply at USDA at risk. I know about this firsthand because I was Secretary of Agriculture during 2013 when we had a shutdown, and I remember then the needless challenges and disruption that it caused. So today I thought it would be important to highlight some of the impacts of this extreme Republican shutdown, what impact it would have on rural Americans, farmers, families in need. Let me start with WIC. WIC is a program that impacts and affects over 50% of all the newborns in this country. Nearly 7 million pregnant moms, new mothers, and young children count on WIC every single day to receive support, nutrition assistance support. With a shutdown, what we would see across the United States is a denial of those benefits and opportunities. In some cases, it would be literally within a matter of days after the shutdown. In some cases, it may be, in some states, it may be literally in a matter of weeks. But clearly, during the course of a shutdown, millions of those moms, babes, and young children would see a lack of nutrition assistance.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
And it's not just the WIC program, as important and significant as that is. It's also about our farm economy. Now is a time when farmers are harvesting their crops, and they're seeking marketing loans, which allow them and assist them in ensuring that they get a decent price for their crop. When we have a shutdown, Farm Service Agency offices in virtually every county of this country shut down, and those loans are not available. It's not just about farm loans. It's about newlyweds who have decided to purchase their first home in a rural small town. Perhaps they're getting a loan guarantee from a bank that is guaranteed by USDA, or perhaps they're getting a direct loan from USDA to be able to purchase that home. With a shutdown, those loans don't take place. And it's conceivable in those circumstances, not only are they not able to close the loan, it's also conceivable that they may lose the deal.
Not a joke.
So this is a matter of real consequences when we are faced with a shutdown. It's not just about rural America, it's also about our natural resources. As you probably know, the USDA is responsible for maintaining 195 million acres of national forests and grasslands. These are often places where people go to recreate. And when they do, they provide tourism dollars to communities in which they are going and spending time. When we have a shutdown, those national forests shut down and they're closed. And so those family trips don't take place, and those tourism dollars are not spent, and the jobs they support are at risk. It's not just the services that go to the American public, it's also those who work for USDA. We anticipate and expect that more than 50,000 of those who work for USDA will be furloughed. And when they're furloughed, it means that they don't receive a paycheck. Because they don't receive that paycheck, their local economies get impacted and affected. And I could go on for some time, but the reality is that when there is a shutdown, we're looking at a significant disruption of the lives of millions of Americans.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Republicans have called for a CR, and I'll just say two things about that. It just is basically carrying forward the extreme cuts that we've seen and saw in the budget that was proposed in the House Ag Appropriations Committee. At the time, I said the budget was pathetic, it was punitive, and it was petty. And I would say that that also continues to be the case. Not only do we have the WIC initiative that wouldn't be funded, but we're also looking at the failure to fund the firefighter fix, which puts at risk the firefighting staff necessary to combat the nearly 44,000 fires that we've already experienced in the western U.S. Today. So I'm here today to suggest that there are real consequences to real people in a real way when there is a shutdown, especially one that ought not to happen. And I'm hopeful that at the end of the day, it doesn't happen.